Hey guys, Dantix here, back with another Cyberpunk 2077 guide. Cyberpunk has had a rough start to say the least, many people experiencing game-breaking bugs, others not getting the experience they expected. Most though, like me, are absolutely loving the game. Just like Skyrim, the game can only get better with community-made mods, no matter your stance on the game. It just so happens that the mods have already started flowing in, so today I'll be showcasing my top 5 picks for mods you definitely should check out, how to install them and what they do, including mods that help you get what you want, improve performance, and even let you see them titties. So if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, as I'll be bringing you mod roundups as often as I can. Subbing is a single button press, and that one click does wonders for me, and it only takes another to unsub. If only these mods were that easy to install. Well, actually, some are. The Fling Trainer is one of them. Just download the file from Nexus Mods, unpack it to your Cyberpunk folder, then run it. You'll get this window appear, complete with various cheats to help you in your game. Once this is open, all you need to do is run your game and voila, you have an easy to use cheat manager you can activate with either hotkeys or alt-tabbing during gameplay and activating. Before you do all this, I recommend backing up your save files. I personally haven't run into any issues with corruption with any of these mods, but you never know. So once you have both the game and the trainer running, you can flip on effects, like making yourself immortal with infinite health. You can have infinite stamina, items, ammos, grenades, no reload, super accuracy, no recoil, set your cash to a certain level, one-hit kills, which includes cars and vehicles. So play around with your XP and do much more and have fun. I won't judge if you use this trainer, but I recommend first playing through the game and enjoying it for what it is. The trainer is perfect if you like to make videos or GIFs and need a specific thing, or need an angle for a photo mode snap. It also makes it easier to level up a character to test builds. It's also a little bit of fun to cause chaos without repercussions, like I'm sure we've all done in the GTA series. Next, we have the Cyberpunk Autonomous Reshade True HDR, one of the most popular mods created so far. This mod needs to be installed, but thankfully, downloading the exe will launch a tool which will guide you through the process. When launched, you'll need to find where you installed Cyberpunk, which will be different depending on what platform you're using. Once you find Cyberpunk 2077.exe, click on the DirectX version you're using and select all the packages you want to install with the game. If you're not pressed for space, just grab them all so you can try it out and see what works best for you. Once the installation is done, drumpy jumpy into the game. By pressing the home button on your keyboard, you can take a tutorial of the mod or opt to skip it. Then at any time you're playing, you can bring up the menu with the home key and select through a range of visual mods, including True HDR. This reshade simulates HDR via the True HDR method, which first appeared in Unreal Engine 4 based games and later in the ENB series. It's a software-based method, not real HDR meant for HDR monitors. You'll see me playing around with different options here, but I recommend spending a bit of time with this mod as you need to tune it to your tastes. Once tuned though, it can really make your game pop in ways it didn't before. If you want, you can play with the filters like Sketch, which turns the world into an art book, but you may struggle reading the UI. You can even put a Vice City filter over everything. Before writing off a setting completely, be sure to further customize each by playing with their sliders at the bottom. Many don't show their effect until you do. So the Cyberpunk Autonomous Reshade is popular for good reason, but there is another mod which I'm not surprised someone decided to make: better vehicle handling. It's incredibly simple to apply and remove. Simply download the file vehiclehandling.ini and drag it into the PC folder along with your other .ini files. You'll find it by going to Cyberpunk, Engine, Config, Platform, then PC. When you want to remove it, simply delete the file. It does what it says on the box, tunes vehicle handling. It's not something I have a huge gripe with, but plenty of people, especially those using keyboards to drive, have found the vehicle handling like driving a rally car on ice. Some bikes and some cars are quite slippery, especially when accelerating fast or using the handbrake or driving on sand. This mod does its best to fix that. At the time of recording, it has 3 versions. The first simply makes the handling slightly better. This is what I recommend for most people who don't have that much of a problem while driving. The next version, 0.2, makes it so vehicles are much more sticky than the 0.1 version. Finally, there is version 0.3, which is the one you're seeing now. It improves handbrakes, but overall feels similar to 0.2 in the handling. If you like using bikes and fast cars, test this mod out and see if it makes a difference for you. I found it useful for riding bikes, as their handling feels tight and responsive now. Like the creator mentions, the Kusanagi, which is in my opinion the best bike you can buy, doesn't slide like crazy when you handbrake at high speeds now. It also is a lot easier to weave in and out of traffic with. Next, we have the Cyber Engine mod. To pick this one up, it's a matter of downloading the files from Nexus, copy and pasting them onto your main game folder where the Cyberpunk 2077 EXE is located. In my case, in the X64 folder. It may take a few tries to get this running properly, so if you crash, try launching the game from the EXE and not launching from GOG, Steam or Epic. Once you launch the game and get into the world, you can press the tilde key at any time to bring up the developer console. The mod simply lets you access it. There are a ton of commands you can put in, and people still haven't discovered all the commands that the developers have put in, and I'll put a link to a lot of those below. Getting literally any item you want is easy. Think Skyrim console commands, except you don't need a mod to access those. Here I'm using a console to get all 18 iconic weapons needed to fill out my weapon room in the apartment. If you want to know what you need for that, the link is below as well. You can also add perks, items, mods, and much more. So the Fling Trainer acts as a straightforward, easy to use cheat trainer, and the Cyber Engine mod gives you access to a console in which you can type commands to give yourself things, modify the world, and more. Keep an eye on the net for more commands discovered along the way. Last but not least is the underwear remover, for all those who want what was promised, an adult game. It's quite easy to install and use. Simply download the files and drag the patch exe to the Cyberpunk folder. Click and drag the patch over the Cyberpunk 2077 EXE, and that should do it. When you boot up the game, you're treated to a rich character customizer where you can go as deep as you want to pick your boob size, your nipple shape, and so forth. However, the game artificially puts underwear on your character, yet you're allowed to shoot people's skulls off. So this mod fixes that. With this mod, you can enter photo mode where you're deliberately covered up and snap photos of the majesty that is the human body, without all that pesky underwear. Something that should be celebrated, of course. For obvious reasons, I can't show you the results here, as YouTube thinks violence is more child-friendly than nudity. However, your PC doesn't need to be PC, so go check out this mod and give CD Projekt Red's legal team the middle finger. So those are the top picks for mods in December 2020. What did you think? Are you gonna try any of these out? Let me know below. Like usual, do the typical YouTube stuff and keep your eyes peeled to this channel for all you need to know about Cyberpunk and other RPGs. So until next time, ciao friends.